Hello, I'm Michelle and I draw abstract and geometric patterns, and I thought it would be fun to walk you through the entire process of how I draw these patterns. So today I'm going to be drawing this. I'm going to attempt to explain what I'm doing as I do it, and yeah, hopefully you find it helpful. So quick backstory, I've been drawing patterns like this for over 10 years now, and what I do is I have a set of specific patterns that I use in all of my drawings, but even though I draw the same patterns over and over again pretty much, I'm still able to kind of make each drawing look a bit different than the last. And these are some examples. So yeah, let's get into this drawing. There are 3 specific patterns that I usually start with. For this one, I'm gonna start with triangles. And I just pretty much just start drawing triangles at random. No specific place on the paper, so I'm just gonna go for it. So pretty much just build up these triangles into a shape that I like. As I'm drawing the triangles, I like to be mindful of my placement for each triangle, because when I go to fill them in, I want to make sure everything lines up so that I have a nice, even checkered pattern. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop there and then start filling in every other triangle. And I desperately need new pens. Running low on ink, but we'll make it work. And you can do this with any pen, but my favorite is the Faber-Castell artist pens. These are the ones that I usually use. And then I'm using a moleskin sketchbook, and I like these because the paper's nice and thick, so you don't really get bleed through to the other side. Okay, now that we have our first pattern down, sometimes I like to draw an outline around it before I start my next pattern. Sometimes I won't. For this one, I think I will, so that just kind of adds some separation between this pattern and then the next one that we're gonna draw. One of the fun things about drawing these patterns is that I kind of just go in with no plan and just make it up as I go along. I also like that with the pen, it's permanent, so if you mess it up, you just have to make it work. Okay, so now we're gonna start on our next pattern. Usually if I do a more geometric pattern like the triangles, I like for the next pattern to be something that's more organic and flowy. So for the next pattern, we'll go ahead and draw these organic blob shapes, whatever you want to call them. And that looks something like this. And then we're gonna add another blobby shape next to that one. Outline the surrounding patterns and lines. And then I just kind of build that up until I create the shape that I like. I think I'm gonna add some more of those blob shapes around here as well. And basically just drawing a line all around each blob like this, and that's it. There's a nice contrast between these filled in triangles and then just these lines. Now I think I'm going to add an outline around that and then maybe fill in the areas in between each of these blobs. I feel like filling those spaces in kind of ties everything together now. So for the next pattern, I'm gonna start over here, and because again, this is more of a geometric pattern, I'm gonna do something more organic and flowy. I'm going to do this like flowy line pattern, which I did a tutorial in a previous video. So we start out just by drawing a curved line like this. And just build on that. And then I'm going to do that same thing for each of these curves here. The whole process of this drawing is really intuitive. You kind of just figure out what your next moves are as you go. I think I'm gonna fill this spot in here. When I'm figuring out my next move, I usually do that based on how everything looks and what I think would look good. Sometimes I'll stop, look at everything before I decide what I'm gonna do next. I could either start a new line and branch off of that, which I think I might keep adding to these. So I'm gonna keep this pattern going. I'm gonna bring it up here and up here. And to do that, I'm gonna start a new curved line. And then just add more lines. And then I'm gonna start another curved line here. Okay, I think I'm happy with how that looks. So now I think I'm going to do a thick line around this. Adding that thicker line there will kind of differentiate this pattern with the next one that we draw. And I feel like that just kind of makes everything look a little bit neater. Now I'm seeing some areas that I want to fill in here really quick. So because this is more of an organic flowy pattern, I'm gonna go ahead and do a more geometric pattern, straight lines. I'm gonna do some big triangles here. Draw another one here. And now I'm going to fill those in with little patterns as well. Draw some lines. When you've been doing drawings like this for a while, you kind of develop a catalog in your brain of all the patterns that you like drawing. So it just kind of comes naturally as you figure out what pattern you're gonna draw next. I just dig in to my mental catalog. Sometimes if I kind of get stuck, I'll go back and look at past drawings to get some ideas. But usually I can pretty much dig into that mental catalog. Gonna fill these triangles in. This one, I think I might just do it nice and simple. Maybe we'll call this a leafy pattern. There's something about this leafy pattern that I really like, kind of next to this curved line pattern. I feel like it just flows with that pattern really nicely. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing with this curvy line as well. Before we move on to that side, I'm going to put a nice thick line around each of those little leafy things and then fill in these empty spots. I feel like adding in that thicker line around really makes it look finished. So if I feel like there's too much open space going on, I'm going to add in more little loops in each of these to just kind of fill it in a little bit more. I'm going to do these leafy patterns again. So now that I like how this looks, I think I'm gonna go ahead and again add my thick border around those. Maybe even fill these spaces in with black. We'll see how it looks once I do the border. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna fill these spaces in completely. I think I might just continue with the thick border. I feel like there's a lot of open space here that I want to fill in, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I did over here. So I think I'm gonna do one more pattern in this area and maybe call it done. So I think I'm going to do this. Draw another line over that. And let's see, maybe one more line. And then I'm going to fill in each of those spaces with more patterns. So for this one, I'm just going to do a checkered pattern. And right now I'm just doing something very simple, just drawing circles. And this is when my hand starts to cramp. Some triangles. When all else fails, draw triangles. I think I'm just gonna add a simple border around the top area here, just for a little something. Alright, I think I'm gonna call that done. And that's pretty much the process of how I do these pattern drawings. If you followed along, I would love to see what you drew. Feel free to tag me on Instagram so I can see it. And thank you so much for watching.